Imagine being able to spot a psychopath in a crowd. Surprisingly, not all psychopaths are hardened criminals. Some could be people you interact with daily. Today, we delve into the fascinating world of psychology, exploring 8 strange behaviors often exhibited by psychopaths. Remember, this video isn't a diagnostic tool, but an intriguing journey into the human mind. Stay tuned as we uncover the subtle signs that might just make you question what lies beneath the surface of everyday interactions. Moving on to the first strange behavior, psychopaths often exhibit a charm that's both captivating and disarming. This charisma, however, is not as sincere as it appears. It's a calculated and manipulative facade, designed to win trust and influence those around them. You may be wondering, why is this charm so effective? Well, it's because it is tailored to appeal to the individual, making it seem genuine and personal. Now consider the infamous case of Ted Bundy, a notorious serial killer. Bundy's charisma was a key tool in his deadly arsenal. He was known to be charming and persuasive, traits that enabled him to lure unsuspecting victims. Bundy's charm was far from genuine, though. It was a means to a sinister end, a ploy to gain trust, only to exploit it later. So the next time you encounter a charm offensive, remember that it may not always be as innocent as it seems. Moving on to the second behavior, we delve into the unsettling world of a psychopath's lack of empathy. Psychopaths often struggle to understand or relate to other people's emotions. This inability to empathize can result in cold, calculated behavior, as they don't fully grasp the emotional impact of their actions on others. This lack of empathy isn't just evident in extreme situations. It manifests in everyday life too. A psychopath might not understand why someone is upset about losing a job, or why a person would feel joy at the birth of a child. Their emotional landscape is fundamentally different from ours. In the case of a notorious psychopath, Ted Bundy, despite his charming facade, he was unable to truly empathize with his victims, leading to a cold and ruthless brutality. His inability to understand or share the feelings of others is a chilling testament to the lack of empathy often found in psychopaths. Impulsivity and risk-taking stand as prominent attributes in the behavioral repertoire of psychopaths. These individuals often display a consistent pattern of acting on a whim, with little thought for the consequences. This impulsivity often leads to risk-taking, as psychopaths are driven by a need for thrill and instant gratification. A common instance is a high-stakes gambler, unable to resist the allure of potential winnings. He's continuously betting, consequences be damned. This behavior may seem exciting, even romanticized in some circles, but it's a dangerous game. This reckless behavior can lead to financial ruin, broken relationships, and even legal troubles. Take the example of Jordan Belfort, the infamous Wolf of Wall Street. His impulsive risk-taking led him to commit massive securities fraud and money laundering schemes. He sought thrill and instant gratification. Consequences be damned. It's a clear illustration of how impulsivity and risk-taking, when unchecked, can spiral into dangerous territory. In our quest for analyzing psychopaths, we will delve into another strange behavior often displayed by them: pathological lying. Stay tuned. Diving into the fourth strange behavior often displayed by psychopaths, we find ourselves entangled in a web of pathological lying. Psychopaths have a tendency to lie incessantly, often without any apparent reason. They don't necessarily lie to get out of trouble or to gain something specific. Sometimes, they lie just for the sake of lying. This constant deceit forms a complex web of deception and manipulation, making it difficult for others to discern the truth from the lies. It's akin to a game for them, a twisted way to exercise control and assert dominance over their unsuspecting victims. Consider the chilling case of infamous con artist Frank Abagnale. His life was a twisted tapestry of lies and deception as he assumed identities ranging from a Pan Am pilot to a pediatrician. His tale of pathological lying serves as a stark reminder of how far some individuals will go in their pursuit of manipulation and control. Moving on to the fifth strange behavior often displayed by psychopaths: manipulative behavior. A psychopath's ability to manipulate others is arguably one of their most unsettling traits. They often use people around them for their own gain, showing no remorse for the emotional or physical harm they may inflict. This manipulation isn't always overt. Sometimes it's so subtle that the person being manipulated doesn't realize what's happening until it's too late. Psychopaths are masters at playing mind games, bending others to their will with a mix of charm, deception, and psychological pressure. Consider the case of Robert Hare's subject, Stan. He was a man who manipulated his way into a top corporate position. He did so by charming his superiors, undermining his peers, and stepping on anyone who got in his way. All the while, he maintained an image of a hardworking and charismatic leader. It's a stark reminder of how manipulative behavior can be both subtle and devastatingly effective. Diving deeper into the psyche of psychopaths, we now come face to face with a particularly chilling trait: the lack of guilt or remorse. This isn't simply about not feeling bad after breaking a diet or forgetting a friend's birthday. It's a stark absence of guilt, even after committing actions that harm others, actions that would leave most of us racked with regret. Picture a person who can hurt another, physically or emotionally, and sleep soundly that very night. No guilt gnawing at their conscience, no remorse shadowing their actions. A frightening image, isn't it? This absence of guilt often paves the way for repeated offenses. Without the moral compass of guilt to guide them, psychopaths may continue to harm others, undeterred by the consequences of their actions. Again, let's consider the infamous case of Ted Bundy, a name that sends chills down the spine. Bundy, a serial killer, exhibited no remorse for his heinous crimes, a chilling testament to this trait that's so common in psychopaths. Imagine a world where emotions are as shallow as a puddle after a light drizzle. This world is often the reality for psychopaths, who display what psychologists call a shallow affect. It's not that they don't experience emotions, but rather their emotional responses can come across as inauthentic or forced. Imagine being at a funeral and smiling because you know it's the socially acceptable thing to do, but not feeling any real sorrow. That's an example of a shallow affect. This phenomenon can make their reactions seem out of place and their relationships appear superficial. The emotional depth that typically characterizes human interactions is missing. Despite his heinous crimes, Bundy was often described as charming and charismatic. However, those who knew him well noted his emotional responses often felt hollow, as if he was playing a part rather than genuinely reacting. So, shallow affect is another piece of the psychopathic puzzle, painting a picture of individuals who manipulate emotions without truly experiencing them. In the journey through these 8 peculiar behaviors often displayed by psychopaths, we've delved deep into the world of charm offensives, empathy deficits, impulsive risk-taking, pathological lying, manipulative tendencies, guiltless actions, and shallow emotions. Knowledge is power, so share this enlightening video with others to spread awareness. And if this piqued your curiosity, don't forget to hit the like button, drop a comment, and subscribe for more intriguing content. Together, we can explore the fascinating, sometimes unnerving corners of the human psyche.